Hey, human family, it's Darren. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Fully Alive Again. On today's show, I want to share with you a very disturbing reaction video. I am doing this in hopes of giving you tangible examples of how covert narcissists conduct themselves when no one's watching. This video really illustrates just how low, vulgar, and evil these types of people who have no empathy can go. So let's do what we do and dive deep.
No tears, no fears, fully alive again after this years.
Starting to factor off tonight with that absolutely disgusting case in Louisiana. An ex-teacher has pleaded guilty to crimes against children, which included putting her husband's sperm in cupcakes that were given to children to eat in her classroom. Cynthia Perkins, you see her there, cut a deal that will have her testifying against her ex-husband, the man you see there, Dennis Perkins, a former Livingston Parish deputy sheriff in Louisiana that's close to Baton Rouge. He's also charged with dozens of sex crimes, including child porn and rape.
You can't make this shit up, you guys. Unbelievable. Shocking. Now, this is a school teacher and a sheriff. This is a little angel that ain't ever done nothing to nobody, just floating around, shitting butterflies and unicorn. Just want to educate the chitlins. And the sheriff, this is a man who has a license to kill. He's a swell guy, just trying to protect the public. Just a proud man doing God's work, helping out the public, protecting the local citizens. He's a swell guy. He's a fucking hero. These people exist everywhere. You guys, I know I'm having some fun with this, but this is very serious. I add humor to this topic because I believe it's so important for us to maintain our humor and to be able to laugh at these pathetic creatures. This is utterly a tragedy for the victims of this crime, and I sincerely mean that. Although I'm having fun, this is very serious. You see, we live in a world that is really in a struggle between good and evil. Humans against these human predators. It is not about race. It is not about gender. It is not about gay, straight. It is about sick monsters, mutated humans against the rest of us. This is what covert narcissism is. It is everyday people working in every profession, doing unimaginable things to other people, even their own children. If you were to meet my ex-narcissistic wife and know what she did to our daughter, you would fall out of your chair. It would mess with your senses. These people are everyday people, and what they do behind the scenes is sickening. It's putrid. It would make you lose your lunch if you could see the nuances of what these people have done to some of their prey. So let's take a look at another clip.
Tonight, I speak with WBRZ TV investigative reporter Chris Nakamoto in my hometown of Baton Rouge. He's one of the best in the business, and he's talking about this disturbing story. He's been following this since it broke back in 2019.
Man, I'm sure, Chris, when you saw the details of this case, you had to shake your damn head.
Well, thank you for the kind words, first of all. It was an alarming case for sure. This all started in December of 2019 when these two individuals, a deputy in Livingston Parish and his teacher wife, who was a middle school teacher, got caught by Adobe. They were photoshopping things. Adobe turned them into authorities in Louisiana, which launched an investigation. Authorities with the Attorney General's office showed up at the couple's house. They found this safe full of hard drives, computers, thumb drives, things like that. And all of it was encrypted with a software called Keep My Data Safe. And so essentially they had to come in and decode everything. And when they decoded everything, they were alarmed at what they saw. They saw child porn, they saw child rape. They also saw what appeared to be this deputy who was ejaculating on sweets that were then being served to his wife's class.
In my humble opinion, these people are malignant, destructive narcissists getting their ultimate narcissistic supply on. Now, will narcissists say that's what they do, and this is what narcissists do, and this is how low they go? No. Will the psychology world say this? 9 times out of 10, no. And we all know the reason why. You can call this narcissism, you can call it Fred, you can call it evil, you can call it up, you can call it down. The name doesn't matter. It is the behavior that I am concerned with. And there are at least 3 out of 10 people that are capable of this kind of stuff that we are around each day. And what they're doing is, incrementally, they are doing things like this to their children, to their colleagues, to their husband, to their wife, differently, but just as devastating. This is as real as it gets. This is the proof in the pudding. This is a very real subject matter. These people are carrying guns. Every cop is not a villain, and every cop damn sure isn't a swell guy. We have to put on our big boy and big girl pants and look at things with a third eye. Stop assuming that everybody's what they're presenting to you. It is these kind of people that give me the motivation to be so direct and to call them what they are. They are monsters. Some are more refined, some are more careful, some do this kind of stuff incrementally, a little bit over here, a little bit over there, but they are all the same, and they are all capable of doing this. So let's close this thing out.
My God, my God. So do we know if any of the children were actual students or relatives, or were these just videos that they collected off of the internet?
So according to the court documents that we have, the kids that were served the sweets were definitely students in her class. They photoshopped apparently the kids' photos, and they had pictures of the children eating the sweets, the cupcakes that he had ejaculated on. In terms of the actual victims that were raped by these individuals, we're told that they possibly were some of their close associates or people that they knew.
Wow, just mind-blowing. She's a teacher, and of course he is a former deputy, and she's a former teacher. I think they're estranged now, right? They've divorced?
So she divorced him, and if it gives you any indication of what their plan of attack is, they immediately filed for divorce. She actually just struck a plea deal with some of the prosecutors here. So she now has to testify against him at trial, and she has agreed to do that in exchange for what some people in this area are calling a light sentence. She'll probably do about 40 years and will probably be eligible for good time, so maybe 20 years. So we'll see what happens. What's really interesting about this case is these are the people that you teach your children to trust. You teach your children to trust law enforcement. You teach them to trust their teacher and to think that they could do something as sick and twisted as this. I mean, it really just has this whole community in utter shock.
I am never shocked by this anymore. This fits like a glove for who and what these people are and what they are capable of. as I say, the psychology world, the religious world, the academia world of clinical psychologists, etc., do not take this illness serious enough. And it is far more pervasive and hidden than they give credence to. This stuff matters. It destroyed my life and my daughter's, and I am committed to exposing these monsters and to doing all that I can to help people who have been abused and destroyed by these monsters. This is not a battle of race on this planet, or nationality, or religion. It is a battle between good and evil, and I hate to make it that black and white, but it is. And there are a lot of things that take our focus away from that. That's why the world is in a mess, because people don't want to look at this as adults. This is what starts wars, human abominations, anywhere where there is massive pain and suffering throughout history. Any event at any point was started and fueled by narcissists. No matter what anyone tells you, we live in a cause and effect world. And you just witness with your own eyes how covert it can be, how insidious it is, and how disgusting and vulgar it is. When these people are in need of their narcissistic supply, there are no rules or limitations. All right, you guys? And having said all of this, there's one thing I want to put in too. Two narcissists in a relationship. I am starting to study this and see it more and more that narcissists actually hang out in packs. I didn't think that before. They can even know each other are narcissists and kick it with each other. They can marry each other and know this. The more I learn about this subject matter, the more bizarre and stunning it is. But having said that, you guys, it is still a beautiful world. I don't want you to live in fear. These are small fucking people. Excuse my language, but I want to drive that home. Anybody that can do something like this is a bona fide piece of shit. You need to be aware of them, but not putting them above you as if they're more powerful than you. They are not. They may be more cunning and covert than you in terms of hiding who they are, but they are not more powerful than you. And we still live in a beautiful world where the vast majority of us are not like these monsters. Our job is to be as strong and aware as we can be. I don't want you to curl up in a fetal position because of this information and knowing that these people exist. I want you to stand up and be fully alive and know that you are worthy of a good, wonderful, beautiful life. I don't want you to lose your capability to love, laugh, and be fully alive. All right, you guys, that's it for me today. I hope you got some value out of this and some awareness. And what say you? Share your opinions about today's video and any experiences you would like to share about narcissism. And I'll catch you guys on the next video.
No tears, no fears. Fully alive again after 6 years.